Again, everybody, I'm Paul Palian, and thanks for joining us on Spotlight on Bensenville. Today, we'll be talking with Fischer Farm Program Supervisor, Alyssa Szymanski, talking about her background, Fischer Farm, and also upcoming programs and events over at the farm. Welcome, Alyssa. Great to have you on the show. You've been with the Park District, what, about 5 months?
Just about 4.
4 months?
Yep.
4 or 5 months? Okay. Maybe by the time this airs, it'll be about 5 months. Talk a little bit about yourself and why you joined the Park District.
Yeah, for sure. So I grew up in the southern suburbs of Chicago, and it was always the outdoorsy nature kid, loved to be outside. And my career took me in that path. I had a lot of twists and turns in my career path, from working in invasive species management with the Army Corps, working in zoos and aquariums and in animal care, to working with a forest preserve as a naturalist, to kind of coming full circle back here as our program supervisor. So my biggest passion is, nature conservation, sustainability, and that's the best part of my job, is getting to talk about and educate people about nature, education, and get them excited about those topics.
Talk about a great segue. I was going to ask you next, what does a farm supervisor do? Talk a little bit about your role.
Of course. I have a lot of hats, and my job entails a lot of moving parts, but the biggest responsibility I have is creating that educational material and the makeup of our programs, our summer camp, just the interpretive material for any of our daily visitors or daily guests, and things like that, and getting to get the community out to the farm and enjoy that space like we do.
You started at a great time, but really had to hit the ground running.
For sure.
What have your priorities been since starting out?
Yeah, I've had a few priorities. Definitely talk about juggling different things at a time. But the biggest priority was getting that summer camp that's coming up, preparing for that, and having that schedule set for when our campers come in the summer, as well as to planning our summer programs that should be coming out soon. We can talk about that a little bit later. Getting those ready, and then lastly, our special events that we are coming up. The farm does about 4 a year, and uniquely we have 2 that are coming up in April.
Great. Like you alluded to, the summer guide is out. It's online. It's in people's homes. You mentioned a couple special events coming up in April. Talk a little bit about that one. I know the quilt show,
Yep.
They're bringing that back, the All Around the House quilt show, April 6th and 7th. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we are really excited to bring this historic event back. It ties really big into the history of the Fischer family and the Fischer Farm, being that their family did have a huge piece into tactiles and tapestry. So what better way to kind of display that than have a quilt show. So it'll be, like you said, April 6th and 7th from 10 until 4 p.m. We have about 100 different quilts that will be on display on exhibit. And they range from historic and antiques all the way to moderns, to kind of your family quilts that, maybe your grandma might have made you as well. Some of them will be up for sale. That is up to the artist. So that will be made clear as people walk around. And then we have a huge fabric sale that will be going on in the barn as well for people.
Great. And if people have their own quilt, I understand they can bring it in and maybe schedule an appraisal?
Yeah, absolutely. So we do have a certified appraisal that is made by appointment only, that if they want to know how much their quilt might be worth, if they found one in grandma's basement or something like that. So yeah, we'll have that available for people as well.
Great. And you can find out more about the quilt show at beevilleparks.org/quilt show. So easy way to find out the full schedule and all the activities of that weekend. Earth Day is coming up April 20th then, so a couple weeks later.
Yep.
We're pleased to have Grand Subaru on board again. This year it's going to be a little bit different in that we'll have 3 different events on Saturday, April 20th. We'll have a e-recycling and shred event over at the water park. We will have a cleanup at Varble Park right next door during that same time. And then from 10 until 2, we'll have Earth Day, a family Earth Day celebration at Fischer Farm.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about what's happening there.
I'm really excited about this event. And again, being that naturalist by trade, something that I'm really passionate about, and it ties perfectly in with farming and agriculture and being sustainable. So I, of course, had to make it bigger and better this year and make it fun. Make those topics fun for kids, for adults of all ages. So there's gonna be so much for people to do. We have several partners besides the Grand Subaru Group. The Conservation Foundation is partnering with us, Sustain DuPage, the Sierra Club, just to name a few. They'll have tables set up and a demonstration and activities for people to walk around and learn different ways to be more sustainable or to conserve our resources on our planet. We'll have some earth-friendly vendors who will be selling earth-friendly things. There is a group that actually makes little wallets and wristlets from recycled materials, cardboard boxes, cereal boxes, candy wrappers, things like that, as well as different activities for people to learn how they can lower their carbon footprint, as well as, incorporate more sustainable ways at home. So I always like to say it's not the big ways that it makes a difference, it's all the little ways that make a difference.
Great. It sounds like a lot of fun, and you can find out more about that at beevilleparks.org/Earth Day. Summer enrollment, we mentioned, starts April 2nd in district. The rest of the public can enroll in programs on April 3rd. Thumbing through the program guide, a lot of different activities, a lot of new programs, which I'm assuming that you have your fingerprints all over as far as that. I think we added a couple pages in the booklet this year for Fischer Farm. So talk a little bit about some of those new programs and what to expect.
Of course. So we're still, a pretty new site to the Bensenville Park District. We're still getting our information as a group at Fischer Farm out to the local community. And we're still figuring out what people want to come to, what type of activities and programs they like. However, being Fischer, being such a unique property, being a farm, having animals, and as well as supporting our mission of sustainable farming and also being earth conscious or earth friendly. We added a lot of nature-based or environmental education programs as well that I'm really excited to bring into Fischer Farm and the Bensenville Park District. From our sheep shearing to talking about pollinators and gardening, to even family fun summer nights like farm-friendly nature bingo as well. So we're really excited to offer those this year.
Excellent. Yeah, you mentioned the pollinators and the Meet the Beekeeper program. A lot of people may not know about Fischer Farm that they sell their own products now. So you can get fresh local honey sourced locally either at Fischer Farm or a nearby approved farm that would, or a beekeeper that's bottled locally and sold at Fischer Farm. Fresh pork products, fresh popcorn, soap is going to be sold
soap is coming up shortly.
With honey from Fischer Farm.
Correct.
So really exciting to do that. The gift shop is open from 10 to 4 daily, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. daily. Don't want people coming by at night, so you can purchase those there. The farm staff also manages over at Veterans Park the Bensenville Railroad Museum, and I've seen programs popping up now for that too as we're starting to re-engage with the community. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, for sure. We're really excited. It's a really unique space, the train car in our train museum. It offers such a walk-through time. And to the local community too. I don't know if many people even realize that before, the O'Hare Airport was built in that area, it used to be big in trains and a huge railroad that went through Bensenville and what we now know as like O'Hare Airport. So it's a really cool, regardless if you're a young child or even as an adult, especially our longtime community members who've lived here their whole lives. They might even remember that. So there's a ton of different activities. There's always something new. We have new crafts that we change out all the time. On Tuesday, we have train story time. We'll read different stories each time, and you can just kind of pop in and out as your schedule allows it. Interact with our staff and learn a little bit about the train and that history there too. Do a train-friendly craft, or even just coloring a train. We're always adding new things to that space as well. So we're really excited to see what that train can be in the future.
And a Little Trains program coming up in April too.
Yes,
so
correct.
very exciting to see some programming occurring over there. Definitely an exciting time, whether it be at Fischer Farm or the Train Museum or at the Park District. Is there anything else that you want to add about anything, really? This is your chance to tell your story.
For sure. So there's always something going on at Fischer Farm. We offer several different type of rental options. Whether you want to have a birthday party, anniversary, baby shower, something to host, a place to host your special event with your family. Our barn allows that for people, and you can always come by and see that space. We've even started to offer wedding packages as well, which is really exciting.
Oh, the quick knot package, I saw that.
Yes. So a wedding package to even any corporation that wants a change of scenery from a boring conference room and come out and have your business meeting at the farm instead. So there's always something going on. Like you said, all the exciting programs that are coming up, our special events, to even our gift shop. Like you said, we have now fresh farm eggs that are for sale, or honey, or if you want to just stop by and say hi to the animals. So there's always something going on at the farm, and we're really excited about it.
A lot of great things happening over there. Last year, we had a chance to go over into the barn. They had a Bensenville Chamber of Commerce business after hours there. Really well attended, and people had a great time. You see the animals as well, so always fun. Alyssa, thank you very much for joining us. For more information about Fischer Farm, you can visit beevilleparks.org/Fischer Farm. That's FISCHERFARM. The summer program is also available. It's online and in homes. Fischer Farm is well represented in that book. There's some other activities in there as well coming up, and here are some of them. Zumba Kids and Kids Yoga for ages 4 to 12 begins the first week in April. Zumba Kids runs all month on Fridays beginning April 5th, and yoga starts Monday, April 8th, and runs all month. Fees are just $24 for those in district. You can sign up now. Discover the hidden value of your quilts at the All Around the House Quilt Show, taking place at Fischer Farm on Saturday and Sunday, April 6th and 7th, between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. Visit beevilleparks.org/quilt show for more information. Calling all little engineers ages 2 to 5. Sign up for the Little Trains Parent Tot program, which runs 9:30 to 10:15 a.m. each Tuesday, April 9th through the 30th at the Bensenville Railroad Museum at Veterans Park. You can enjoy stories, activities, and crafts. The fees are just $46, $36 for those living in the district. Register by April 2nd. Join the fun at Dogs at Dusk, Part 3, running from 4:30 to 6 p.m. each Thursday, April 18th through May 23rd. This Paws for Kids for Paws after school program offers focused exercise for dogs. You can engage in fun activities like dog sports, brain games, and more to keep your furry friend active and sharp. The prerequisite is Dogs at Dusk, Part 2. Fees are $70, just $55 for those living in the district. Sign up by April 11th. Celebrate Mother Earth 3 different ways on Saturday, April 20th. Recycle those old electronics and shred sensitive documents at the e-recycling and shred event from 8:30 to 10:30 in the morning at the Water Park parking lot. Then volunteer to help clean up Varble Park during that same time and get a free t-shirt while supplies last. Then, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., learn how to reduce your carbon footprint through demos, giveaways, arts and crafts, interactive displays, and earth-friendly craft vendors. You can jump around in the jungle-themed bounce house and take a seedling home to plant. Vendors will be on site with delicious food at the Fischer Farm Family Earth Day celebration. You can visit beevilleparks.org/Earth Day for information about each of these activities presented by Grand Subaru. Hockey fans, join us at Allstate Arena for the Bensenville Family Day with the Chicago Wolves, Sunday, April 21st at 3 p.m. Purchase tickets that benefit the Friends of the Bensenville Parks, 501c3 charity organization, at beevilleparks.org/wolves and get a game ticket, cap, and contribute $1 to charity. Tickets start at just $19. Order now. Finally, meet the turtles at the April Animal of the Month meet and greet. Learn how to care for them as well as interesting facts. The fee is just $3, $2 for those in district for this half-hour program, which runs 3:30 to 4 p.m. Tuesday, April 23rd at the Deer Grove Leisure Center. These programs and more can be found on the beevilleparks.org website and in the program guides. Again, summer registration begins April 2nd. That's all the time we have today. Thanks to our guest, Alyssa Szymanski, over at Fischer Farm. Thanks to Anthony and Chad, as always, for trying to make us look good and their great work in putting this show together. Till next time, so long, everybody.